going to start this program because our eminent speaker, Shri Pramit Joshi ji is also now with us. And
Recording in
Mr.
progress.
President Ramesh Wagasia is actually on the way and probably will be joining in a minute. So we are starting this program in a minute. By that time I request Shri Pramit ji to please actuate. There are few people who has joined online as well. So if you can keep that screen, please. So friend, we at the South Gujarat Chamber of Commerce and Industry are conducting various programs pertaining to, especially this year, pertaining to an exports. And in the series of, conducting in the series of some skillful trainings, programs, interactive sessions, we are organizing one or some other programs every day. Since this is the Udyog Festive, which is right now going on, which is the 14th edition of the SGCCI. Every alternate year we are doing this Udyog program, and year on year the exhibitor, the visitors, the square feet sale, every aspects of the productivity, if we consider for the fair and exhibition, we are growing day by day. This year, and during this exhibition, we are also conducting this kind of program. So in this specific regards, we are conducting, even we did yesterday 2 programs. The one that was on the logistics part. The first in the morning, there was also one program. Today, this is the program which is pertaining to the exports and the credit, or exports and the finance. And the same times in the today evening, we are also conducting the another program, that too for a woman, and the role of women in this entrepreneurial and export development. So now with us, Mr. President Shri Ramesh Wagasia ji is also with us. So with your permission, we have already started few of the things, but now we would like to start this program officially at the forum. Friends, I was just telling you that we at SJCCI are always keen towards an entrepreneurial development. We are also always awake towards our entrepreneurial issues. Whenever, we are always thinking that our entrepreneur grow the way we are growing. Every day, if someone needs to grow, they definitely also had to face certain challenges. We this year, under the leadership of Mr. President Ramesh Wagasia ji, that why don't we allow our entrepreneur to do the business beyond the boundaries, to do them more on terms of the exports. So when we have started that programs, few of the new exporters, few of the entrepreneurs who are new into this, and they tried it out, they come out with certain problems. So sequentially, whatever the problems we received from them, parallelly we also try to get it resolved as well. Last few of the months, we are also finding few of the problems from the exporters, those who are new, and they are saying, sir, we are facing certain problems because we don't know who are the importers. We don't know the credibility of the importers. And in that case, if we are sending some stocks, if we are sending some services to them, probably we are in that, we probably may not get a receipt from that part. So we also accept that yes, the problem was very genuine. Finally, we conclude with that certain things. We call the experts, we meet various people, and we find out, yes, there are as many problems, and after each problem there is a solution. And for the specific problem which I discuss right now, we also found one of the solution. And in that regards, we thought, let us have that kind of program wherein some of the experts, some of the skilled people come to us, and they will explain that how this kind of problem could have been eliminated. So with this note, let us start today's program, and I request Mr. President to welcome our today's guest and this forum. Sir.
Thank you, Paresh Bhai.
Good morning, friends. As a businessman, આપણે ધંધો શરૂ કરીએ, ધંધો શરૂ કર્યા પછી ધંધાને વિકસાવવાની એક માનસિકતા, એક ઉત્સાહ, એક અદમ્ય ઉત્કટતા આપણા સૌના મનમાં સ્વાભાવિક રૂપે બિઝનેસમેન એન્ટરપ્રિન્યોરશિપ હોય. એ સમયે મેજર કોઈ ઇસ્યુ જો સામે આવતો હોય તો મારું એવું માનવું છે કે બે બાબત દેખાય મારા અનુભવ પ્રમાણે. lack of finance, availability of the finance. We are short of capital, even as a country also, and even as a individual entrepreneurs also. And the second thing is the insurance risk. Always we fear about what will happen on the base of what we are doing now today. And to mitigate this risk is a very essential matter which needs a skill which an entrepreneur should have. I think if both of these could be mitigated properly, then the business can go at unlimited level, I think. And to manage these things, today we have a speaker, we have a guest today from the very creditable institution, Credlix, and I would like to welcome at this auspicious day, at the warm morning of 2024 Udyog exhibition and a session, an insightful session on export factoring to grow your export business. Honorable Pramit Joshi ji, I would like to, from the 12,000 members of SGCCI from South Gujarat, a warm welcome to you, dear sir. आपका बहुत बहुत तहे दिल से स्वागत है. My CEO, Mr. Paresh Bhatt of Mission 84, SGCCI, and all of you, my dear friends, however you are a few, but you are a very important, those who are interested to develop your business and to make it the higher level, as India now has marched towards from being a 5th largest economy to 3rd largest economy of the world by making it a 5 trillion economy by 2027 and having a $1 trillion exports by 2027. The goal which has been settled by our Honorable Prime Minister for not for him only, but for the country, that means for the 140 crore citizen of India and a business and industry. So to make this possible dream and to be a leader in the world economy, global economy, we should do something better, bigger, and in a different way, so as we can achieve some more which not had been hitherto. So to make this possible, SGCCI is always there to make available any more information, more updation, more details, and more knowledge, more processes, and more accessibility towards the every sector of the business and industry, including exports. And we have focused specifically on exports to achieve these goals, and therefore we have a vision at this eve of 84th year of our establishment of SGCCI. We established in 1940, and at the 84th year of establishment, we commemorate the history, deep and great history of having a 34 countries, ports, flags were hosting at the Surat port, which was considered to be the biggest port in India early during the 15th, 16th, 17th century. And by reviving that spirit of trade, what we have in our blood, ancestral from our elders, and ये हौसला है कि हम करके रहेंगे जो आगे था, जो समृद्धि, जो वेल्थ हमारे पास थी, that needs to be revived again, recollect, reconstruct again, and एक समृद्ध भारत का निर्माण के लिए, आत्मनिर्भर भारत का निर्माण के लिए देश को समग्र विश्व में सबसे अच्छा और सबसे बड़ा बनाने का, शक्तिशाली और सामर्थ्यवान राष्ट्र बनाने के उद्देश्य के साथ हम निकल पड़े हैं। और उसी उद्देश्य से SGCCI का जो विजन है मिशन 84, उसके तहत आप सबको वी आर फैसिलिटेटिंग दैट यू शुड बी एबल टू गेट more and more information, more and more guidance and knowledge, so as you can enhance your activities. Friends, export factoring is a technique in which a financial institution purchases a company's receivables and advances cash to their business. हमारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी जो है पेमेंट कलेक्ट करने की, वो अगर नहीं आ रही है, बाद में आ रही है, डिले होकर के आ रही है, एंड इफ एनीवन इज देयर हु इज collecting that on behalf of us, આનાથી ઉજળું અને સરળ બીજું શું હોઈ શકે to enhance our business possibilities. Indian exporters are facing constraint on several fronts, such as a lack of trade credit, hard bargaining by buyers for steep discounts, payment efforts, as well as rising cost of or a lack of credit insurance. This has led to payment cycles being stretched and excessive build-up of inventory. Trade credit accounts for roughly 11% of the external finance for large firms in India. In the case of SMEs, this proportion is nearly double at around 20%. Friends, India represents more than one half of our businesses' short-term liabilities and a third of all firms' total liabilities, with about 60% of all international trade transactions being financed by our trade credits. Trade credits availed by residents are governed by Clause D of subsection 3 of section 6 of Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999, read with notification of FEMA 3/2000 RB, namely Foreign Exchange Management Borrowing or Lending in Foreign Exchange Regulations 2000, dated May 3rd, 2000, as amended from time to time. The foreign exchange earned by the exporters on exports is required to be disposed of in the manner of specified by RBI and within the specified period. I think that we might not be enough sincere about, careful about, and worried about our foreign exchange reserve, what we have in our hand as a country. Once upon a time in India, in the year of 99, when I was completing my graduation in law and CA intermediate, I was, as a small citizen of India, was worried about when the treasure of our foreign exchange was got empty, and a weak buying, I mean importing balance was there only for a week only. And nowadays, today, we have a balance of 617 અબજ ડોલર નું આજે રિઝર્વ આપણી પાસે છે, જે 700 સુધી પહોંચ્યા પછી આપણે ફરી પાછા બેકિંગ કરી રહ્યા છીએ. That needs to be addressed and to be increased by contributing every businessman by exporting their products to abroad, so as you can get the foreign exchange in your hand, but after all our beloved country will get increased of its treasure. In comparison of this, China has a more than 3,500 4,000 billion dollar foreign exchange. So in comparison of that, we have to also think over that and make our treasure of foreign exchange reserve at a higher level, so as we would be able to buy anywhere from anything. The moment representing the full export value of goods, software, services exported shall be realized and repatriated to India within 9 months or within such a period as may be specified by the Reserve Bank in consultation with the government from time to time from the date of export provided. Under section 19 of the Factoring Act 2011, every factor is under obligation to file particulars of every transaction assignment of
receivables in his favor with central registry to be set up under section 20 of the Securitization and Reconstruction of Financial Assets and Enforcement of Security Interest Act 2002, that is 54 of 2002, within a period of 30 days from the date of such assignment or from the date of establishment of such registry as the case may be. So dear friends, we need to be more aware, more careful, and make our product and services more efficient, more competitive to place our product and services at the global level. Earlierly, we were very lacking behind in services, but nowadays, parallel, the services are also delivered at the global level from the India by our professionals, and thereby we are making our economy stronger. So at this moment, I am happy to see all of you here to get some more insights, more lights, and more knowledge from our honorable Vidwan speaker Pramit ji, and hope and wish you best of luck of making your goal. Please make a design for at least 5 years of your goal, completing by this year by March, and thereafter the 5 years at the higher level, and track yourself every year at the end of the year that whether you have received or not, and evaluate again after the end of the every year, and make some improvement, make some resolution, make some more efforts, more hard work, smart work, and thereby to make our India a global leader, not only at political level but at the economic level also. Once again, I would like to welcome all of you, and thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President, for a very warm welcome speech. Especially, I was just observing and the figures which you are saying, and I was relating something as well. Every morning when, any wake up or any during the morning session, if someone would have come out with this kind of, knowledge sessions, or if he can explain us certain things about a way forward, he gives us the figures which we always feel it like, yes, this is happening, and this is towards what we are going towards. So, President, you have already, the way you explained the flower figures which you raised to us, I think it was really welcome to the entire stuff, and I'm damn sure that you people have kept note of this, and this is really the things. We at a Chamber of Commerce, in the beginning, what he says, કે ઓછા વ્યક્તિ છે પણ કામના છે, જે આવ્યા છે તે દરેકને માટે કંઈક ને કંઈક અહીંથી લઈને જવાની અથવા અમારે કંઈક આપવાની અમારી ભાવના જે છે એ આપ સુધી પહોંચે અને આપ એના પર એને અનુસરો તો અમને આ કાર્યક્રમ કરવાનો એક આનંદ રહે અને અમને આવા કાર્યક્રમો કરતા રહેવાનો એક પ્રોત્સાહન મળે. સર, તમે મેં કીધું તે પ્રમાણે શબ્દોના એનાથી તો દરેકને વેલકમ કર્યા, પણ આપણી પરંપરા છે સાઉથ ગુજરાત ચેમ્બર ઓફ કોમર્સની, અને એ પરંપરા અનુસાર હું રિક્વેસ્ટ કરીશ શ્રી પ્રમિત જોશીનું આ ફ્લોરલ ફેલિસિટેશન્સ માટે.
Considering the environmental sustainable goals, we don't use perishable flowers to welcome anyone, but use a cloth sari manufactured in Surat. Lovely, yes, thank you. I request Mr. Komal Bhai to be here on stage. He is a very leading and a senior member dealing with African countries in his own business, but fortunately we are enough fortunate to have his services to make Mission 84 a successful project by SCC. Thank you.
Thank you, President, for this note. Mr. Sanjay Punjabi and the team, I mean, actually, he has accompanied a team of Japan. They are coming right now, and probably they will be reach out to this place in few minutes. He has just gone for the taking him up for the upstairs. Friends, as I was just, I mean, in the initial phase, Mr. President has explained few of the things about the vision which ultimately we as an Indian needs to see. We, I mean, the great leader of India is viewing and directing us towards some way forward. Parallelly, we as a, I mean, in many of the speech I observed of SGCCI, that President is very much keen towards taking their bouquet towards or to make them align with the national goal, right? So, friends, South Gujarat Chamber of Commerce, I just would like to, present at least few of the things in terms of what exactly the South Gujarat Chamber of Commerce is and how we are aligning our members with the national goal. Parallelly, what are the activity we at the South Gujarat Chamber of Commerce are doing year on year? What is the specific programs and projects this year we have envisioned and how it will be helpful to each of you? This is the things which I need to tell. So, as everyone knows that our dynamic leadership from the nation, they have envisioned that India has to be an economic power after by 2027. We would like to contribute, we would like to step up. Right now we are on the 5th world largest economy, and if we have to achieve and if we have to take our position from 0.5 from the point of 5 to 0.3, we need to do a 5 trillion economy. We have to have established as a 5 trillion economy. Friends, parallelly, if we need to achieve that 5 trillion economy as a nation, as a whole India, we also have certain, decentralized figure of that 5 trillion, that which sector will contribute how much. Out of which, 1 trillion, that is an expected revenue for the exports, which everyone knows that probably, I mean, nearby we are right now doing 771 billion. So nearly 229 is the gap, precisely. And if we see, parallelly 771 is the figure which on an average with a CAGR of, I can say 5% or 6%, if it is grow, even by 2027, it is too difficult to reach out to till 1 trillion, especially in the area of export. Simultaneously, when the top leadership, top management, top leadership of the India has decided, okay, that we have to do a 1 trillion, we also need to identify where we are. Friends, we know that in the contribution of India exports, 30% exports, it has been 30 plus, I can say, percent contribution that has been done by the Gujarat. And in 33% of the Gujarat contribution, nearly 40% of the contribution, it has been made from the Surat itself, I mean our region. So, that way, if we are considering that 771 multiplied by 33%, that nearly 180 multiplied by 40%, nearly 60-70 billion US dollar export, it has been happening from South Gujarat. Now, the parallel is the CAGR. If you look at for the South Gujarat, we are growing in terms of the export by 12 to 14%, which is a very good in terms of the export figures. So, even if we are right now, let's say 50 or 60 billion USD exports, our region, if it is contributing, and by 10% or 15% if we are growing, then in that case probably we are also contributing 6, 7 or 10 billion USD per annum. This year, South Gujarat Chamber has taken, why don't we take it 10 billion again, additional to the contribution what right now we are doing. So this is about our mission 18. See, what I was saying, that the national vision, national goal towards contributing in terms of the exports or contribution in terms of the economy, right? Parallelly, the Gujarat is also having certain responsibility, and in Gujarat, we at a South Gujarat also take certain responsibility. So South Gujarat Chamber of Commerce South Gujarat Chamber of Commerce is established way back in 1984. 1940, and this is our 84th year of establishment. During this 84 years of our journey, South Gujarat Chamber of Commerce has started their journey, as I said, in 1940. Gradually, we are growing. Today, the laser, today, the infrastructure which we are having, it is a hard working of our all the past president, all the members, everyone's contribution take us to today's point. It has not, achieved overnight. The journey of all the members, when it was a single person, I was just taking through the journey when the video that was going on. At that time, we tried to show you that how the journey of South Gujarat Chamber of Commerce is growing. As I said, this is our 84th year of establishment. South Gujarat Chamber of Commerce. Every year we are doing one or some other things. As far as the chamber job is concerned, chamber activity is concerned, whatever the fixed activity which we need to do it, like exhibition, events, representation of the issues of the entrepreneur to a state government or a central government or a local body, that we all are doing. It is irrespective of anything. So we are regularly doing this kind of things. But in the DNA of Chamber of Commerce South Gujarat, we are always taking one or some other initiative year on year. This year, as I said, it is 84th year of our establishment. The second thing, we are also focusing towards on exports. The third thing, with this territory that is called in the 15th to 17th century, from the port of Surat, 84 countries flag was hosted. આજે 84 દેશોના વાવટા એ ફરકતા હતા, એનો મતલબ એ હતો કે 84 દેશો સાથે આંતરરાષ્ટ્રીય વેપાર આ 15 થી 18મી સદી વચ્ચે થતા હતા. અહીંથી જે ટેકનોલોજી આપણી પાસે આજે છે, રાઈટ, ઓન ધ સિંગલ ક્લિક આપણે કંઈ પણ વસ્તુ કરી શકીએ છીએ, જે એ જમાનામાં કાંઈ નહોતું. તે સમયે અહીંના એન્ટરપ્રિન્યોર, અહીંના જે વેપારીઓ હતા, એનું એક ખમીર હતું કે આપણે આંતરરાષ્ટ્રીય વેપાર એ સમયે પણ અહીંથી કરી શકતા હતા. એ જ વસ્તુને ધ્યાનમાં લઈને કે જે 84 દેશોના વાવટા ફરકતા હતા, એ 84 દેશો સાથે ફરીથી બિઝનેસ કેમ ન કરી શકીએ? આ હેતુને સાથે સાથે અમારા 84મું વર્ષ, ત્રીજું જે એરિયામાં આપણે બેઠા છે, આ તાલુકાનું નામ, જો કોઈ ભારતની અંદર કોઈ તાલુકાનું નામ નંબરથી હોય તો એવી યુનિક ઘટના ખાલી અહીં છે, અને આ 84 તાલુકો પણ છે. સો આ બધી વસ્તુને ધ્યાનમાં રાખીને આ વર્ષે પ્રેસિડેન્ટ SGCCI શ્રી રમેશ વઘાસિયાજીએ એક થોટ પ્રોસેસ મૂક્યું કે આ વર્ષે આપણે એવું ન કરી શકીએ કે ફરી એ 84 દેશો સાથે ફરીથી સંબંધો ફરીથી વિકસિત કરીએ, એ 84 દેશો સાથે આપણે આંતરરાષ્ટ્રીય વેપાર કરીએ. જે વ્યક્તિઓ અહીં અત્યારે એક્સપોર્ટ્સ કરતા જ નથી, એ વ્યક્તિને એક્સપોર્ટ બાબતે માહિતી આપીએ, એમને જ્ઞાન આપી અને એમને એક પૂરું ઇન્ફ્રાસ્ટ્રક્ચર આપીએ કે જેથી કરીને એ લોકો આ 84 દેશો સાથે કઈ રીતે ધંધો કરી શકે, ત્યાં શું શું જરૂરિયાત છે, એ જરૂરિયાતને કઈ રીતે પૂરી કરાઈ શકાય, એના માટે તમને શું સપોર્ટ સિસ્ટમની જરૂર છે, આ બધી વસ્તુ આપણે ચેમ્બર ઓફ કોમર્સ જવાબદારીપૂર્વક આપણે હાથમાં લઈએ અને એમને તૈયાર કરીએ કે તમે આંતરરાષ્ટ્રીય વેપાર કરો. સો that what I was saying, in the parallel of that 84 and 84, we have targeted, why don't we engage our 84,000 Indian entrepreneurs? We are not static towards only the South Gujarat Chamber of Commerce, South Gujarat members. We are open for entire India. Any entrepreneurs from the India, if he is willing to do an export, we would like to connect again that 84,000 people, those who are residing outside India. With them, we would like to connect with these 84,000 people. Let us start the business. आज કાર્યક્રમના અનુલક્ષીને શું વિશેષ કરી શકાય, ઇકોસિસ્ટમ ડિઝાઇન. તો અમે 84 એવું વિચાર્યું કે આપણે 84 દેશો સાથે વેપાર કરવો છે, તો 84 દેશો સાથે વેપાર કરવો હોય તો એ લોકોના, એ દેશના પ્રતિનિધિ જે અહીં જ બેસે છે, આપણા પ્રતિનિધિ જે એ 84 દેશોમાં બેસે છે, એ લોકોની સલાહ લઈએ, એ લોકો પાસેથી ઇનપુટ લઈએ, એ લોકો પાસે જાણીએ કે તમારે ત્યાં શું જરૂરિયાત છે. અમારી પાસે આવા કાર્યક્ષમ વ્યક્તિઓ છે, કાર્યક્ષમ પ્રોજેક્ટ કરનારા વ્યક્તિઓ છે, અને એ લોકો આની અંદર કોન્ટ્રીબ્યુટ કરી શકે. આ આખી ઇકોસિસ્ટમનું જે ડિઝાઇનિંગ કરવામાં આવ્યું એ ડિઝાઇનિંગ એ પ્રોજેક્ટનું નામ દેટ ઇઝ મિશન 84. Friends, under this Mission 84 program, sir, it is very, I mean, it's our privilege to explain that. As I said, we would like to connect more than 84 countries. We would like to connect with the 84 consulates offices of India in foreign countries, 84 consulate office of foreign countries in India, 84 Chamber of Commerce of India in foreign countries. Every 84, this is a symbolic figures. We are doing more than that. We have already crossed 200 number of days in this financial year with, I mean, not financial year, our chamber financial year, I can say. We have concluded nearly 200 days. And during these 200 days, so today, the kind of 2 days program, we almost done more than 35 plus programs so far. Number 2, average we are targeting 300 number of activity that we need to do it, and we are every year we are doing. So this year also we would like to grow with 10 to 15% on the activity count. Average per year we were doing 7 to 8 exhibition like what this Udyog is. This year we are doing more than 15 this kind of exhibition. So see, dynamism is always, I mean, based on, see, the performance is changed based on the dynamism of the leadership. And this is what right now it is happening with the South Gujarat Chamber of Commerce. And so reason, I request each of you to please applaud our Mr. President, Sri Ramesh Wagase. Sir, of course, the backbone of the South Gujarat Chamber of Commerce is 12,000 plus are our direct members. 180 associations, they are also part and parcel of this chamber. Each association, if you look at, if it's having again a membership of 25 to it's 50,000. Our indirect membership is more than 3 lakh. These are the people who are engaged into various sectors. Upon a time, I mean, if you look, go back before 1990s, so South Gujarat was precisely known for the 2 industries. That was a gems and jewelry diamond, and the second was a textile, right? But after that 1990s, or if you can look at our today's figure, although this industry has also grown double, they've grown, but parallelly there are other sectors, they are also now contributing good in this territory. Likewise, solar, if you look at, Surat is the solar hub in India. The highest number of solar panels, solar services, solar, all the, you know, auxiliaries, it has been produced in Surat. Surat are the solar city now. Now the identity of the Surat is not only restricted with this, I can say, gems, jewelry or textile alone, but as I said, solar is also one of the industry which has significantly grown, and the weightage of the solar is now shifting it's in a double digit, especially in the contribution of this region. The third, that is the chemical sectors. The fourth is the pharmaceutical sectors. Fifth, that is the food processing. These are all the industries. They are now contributing good in terms of the weightage of the overall contribution of this area. And in spite of that, the textile and gems jewelry is probably they are growing above the line of CAGR, above the line of the expectations of the growth. So that's the reason the overall economy is growing from the South Gujarat, and this is the time where the world is demanding for the various products. Because as I said, when our national leadership is going in that directions, they are also taking that type of steps. Our international relationship, our countries' international relationship with the various countries are now shifting. The entire paradigm has been shifting. The world is now trying to avoid, or they are trying to minimize consumption or minimum services they are acquiring from the China, and that trust value to India, it has been growing every time. So during this time, if we as an Indian are not taking that opportunity, probably next day, tomorrow, this kind of opportunity would not come. And that's the reason proactively South Gujarat Chamber of Commerce has envisioned this program, Mission 84, and we request each of you to please follow us. During the entry of this, we have already given you the pamphlets of Mission 84 program, Global Connect. We have also given you the card, which, I mean, the backside of that card, there is a QR code. You can just scan that QR code and you can be a part and parcel of the part of this Mission 84 program. For that, there isn't any charges. If you are an entrepreneur who are engaged into either a production or a services or in a trading, you're going to get a free trade inquiry on this portal. If you feel that okay, I will be able to fulfill this, you can definitely click on that and you will definitely engage with the world in terms of their world demand. So these are the programs which right now we at the Chamber of Commerce are doing. Friends, so this is something which I need to tell you about South Gujarat Chamber of Commerce, at the same time our Mission 84 program. About today's program, if I say, and Mr. President has already explained that, see, these are the needs of our entrepreneur. They would like to understand what is the financials or how they can, keep their market outstanding low, or if they have to, match up, or if they have to balance their working capital, if they have to reduce their outstanding cycle and all. These are all the always concern for any entrepreneurs, right? So considering to that things, not for the indigenous, but for an export business, if we are dealing with any export activity, and if you are feeling that my market outstanding or my outstanding would have been, covered with certain things, so in that case, what is to be done? And with that respect, we conduct our today's program. Now I request our today's speaker, Sri Pramit Joshi. Before I'll take him to that point, let me just introduce about Pramit Joshi. Pramit is a senior director in Credlix, a corporate banker. He has worked across trade, finance, treasury and financial solutions at companies in India and Middle East. He was the co-founder of Nufi India and Singapore-based cross-border trade, financials and technology solutions. Nufi was acquired by Moglix. Before Nufi, he has worked with the Citibank commercial banking team, India prior to Citibank. Pramit has also worked with the IndusInd Bank and Yes Bank. He has worked on the various financial solutions for the mid and large enterprises such as a working capital, project finance and cross-currency lending structures. He has completed his masters in SJM SWAM and IIT Mumbai. Sir, we welcome you and we request your kind presentation.
Hello. Thank you very much, sir. I believe I have about 20 minutes, right? No problem. I'll try and keep it as interactive as possible. Thank you so much, Mr. President Bagasia Sahib, Paresh Bhai. It's an honor to be here, and I was amazed the speed at which I think the chamber and the members move. I think we had the first conversation, and it was like during the conversation, it was not only planning of the next things in terms of how this event should happen. It was also the dates and the time that was finalized in the first conversation itself. Right, all the stakeholders got on the call, and we as a team have been working with a lot of export associations in the country, right from Tirupur to Delhi, AEPC and Bhavnagar and Bombay, a lot of associations. But the process that I experienced here was really amazing. So thank you so much for that, and appreciate all of you all. On a Sunday morning, all of y'all are here, and thank you, appreciate for your time. being here. Quickly, I'll just take you to factoring as a concept અને ફાયદો શું છે એક્સપોર્ટ વધારવામાં અને રિસ્ક ઓછું કરવામાં. એન્ડ પરેશભાઈ, જસ્ટ while you were saying the numbers કે આપણે 700 થી 1 trillion જવાનું છે, actually that number is 400 થી 1 trillion જવાનું છે, because the target that government has set is કે merchandise exports જે છે that we have to take to 1 trillion. So totally as a country we do $400 billion of merchandise exports and $300 billion of software exports services. And the government target is કે 2030 માં જે 400 નો નંબર છે તે 1000 સુધી લઈ જવાનો છે. So it's a much bigger challenge that we all have taken up as a country, and we are trying to play a small part. Just a quick check audience ma, how many of us are already exporting? કે એક્સપોર્ટ કર્યું છે પાસ્ટમાં એટસેટ્રા? ઓકે. અને people here, how many want to start exporting say this year? Okay, interesting. અને has anybody heard of factoring, tried factoring આની પહેલા? Okay, got it. So I'll just that helps. If we can just go. So, before I jump into factoring, I just wanted everybody to be aware કે જેવી રીતે ઇન્ડિયાનું environment છે એવી રીતે global environment શું છે, and what is the macro perspective that we are going to. So, if I can just ask somebody કે what is this curve, if anybody can take a guess. Anybody? Any guess કે આ લેફ્ટમાં જે છે એ percentage છે, 6% છે લેફ્ટમાં. And just to explain you, આ US ડોલરની ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ રેટ કર્વ છે. જેવી રીતે આપણે RBI ની રેપો રેટ કર્વ હોય છે તેવી રીતે US ડોલરની ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ રેટ કર્વ છે. એન્ડ ઇફ યુ સી, ફોર ધ લોંગેસ્ટ ઓફ ધ ટાઈમ 2008ના ફાઇનાન્શિયલ ક્રાઇસિસથી તે 2016 સુધી અને પાછું કોવિડના ટાઈમમાં ધીસ વોઝ એટ 0. મીનિંગ કે તમારે અગર ડોલરમાં લોન લેવી હોય તો જે RBI નો ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ રેટ છે that was 0%. So you go to a bank, you borrow, and when you pay back the loan, you don't have to pay any interest because the borrowing rate was 0. That is the government borrowing rate. Obviously corporates માટે it used to be like હું સિટી બેંકમાં હતો ત્યારે અમુક મોટી કંપનીઓને અમે 44 બિપ્સમાં લોન આપતા હતા. LIBOR plus 44 bips. LIBOR was 0 and the loan was at 0.44%. And what has happened is, over the last 2 years, there has been a significant change. જેના કારણે inflation વધ્યું છે, and lot of these issues, because free liquidity was available, government pumped lot of liquidity, inflation started going up, and US Fed has rapidly started increasing interest rates, which are now at 5.4%. So જે વસ્તુ 0 પર હતી almost 15 વર્ષ સુધી, that is now at 5.4%. Now, if you look at the implications of this interest rate going up, there are so many implications that come to us as exporters and as a country in India. Okay, cost of borrowing વધી ગઈ છે, and lot of buyers now are asking for longer credit period. કારણ શું છે કે પહેલા જેવી રીતે I can take an example of Walmart. Walmart is the largest importer in the world. Walmart alone in a year imports $500 billion worth of goods, and majority of that comes from China. So earlier it was very easy for Walmart કે સામાન US માં લઈ આવો અને warehouse માં રાખી દો, because the cost of holding inventory for Walmart was, what the example I gave, Walmart ને Citibank 44 bips માં લોન આપતું હતું. So it was 10 પૈસા a quarter. So Walmart તમને ઓર્ડર આપે અને વોલમાર્ટ ઇન્વેન્ટરી એના કોસ્ટ ઉપર હોલ્ડ કરશે અને તમને 30 દિવસ 45 દિવસમાં પૈસા આપી દેતું હતું, and lot of buyers in US. But now that is changing, and what is happening is lot of buyers that we talk to, so we have teams in US, we have teams in Middle East, we have teams in Mexico. મોટે ભાગે હવે બધા બાયર કહે છે કે 60 દિવસ 90 દિવસ પહેલા અમે તમને પૈસા નહીં આપીએ. So as an exporter, you have a challenge that how do you meet that working capital requirement. And another issue that comes is, because of these interest rates, there is also a risk of lot of buyers actually filing for bankruptcy in US and Europe, and this is a real risk because ઇન્ડિયામાં તમે કોઈ બી ધંધો કરશો, યુઝ્યુઅલી ધ બેન્ચમાર્ક ઇઝ કે તમારી ઇબિડા માર્જિન જે હોય છે, જે તમે પોતે માર્જિન કમાવો છો, એ કમસે કમ 10% ન હોય ને તો એઝ એન ઇન્ડિયા કોઈ બિઝનેસ ધંધો નથી કરતો. કારણ કે હિસ્ટોરિકલી આપણી જે ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ રેટ છે બેંકની એ 7-8% જ હોય છે પર એનમ. સો you don't do a business જેમાં 10%થી ઓછા તમે કમાવો છો, because that is our nominal interest rate. પણ યુએસમાં most of the large businesses were used to working at an EBITDA margin of 3%, 4%, 5%. Largest of the companies used to work at very low EBITDA margins because their cost of borrowing was 0%. So differential એ લોકો એટલું જ કમાય છે. પણ now suddenly what has not happened, like 1973 માં જ્યારે ઓઇલ એમ્બાર્ગો ને ક્રાઇસિસ હતો ત્યારે these level of interest rates in US were there, which have happened here. So suddenly there are a lot of traditional companies are now being disrupted by Amazons and lot of other tech startups of the world. અને જે બધા old companies છે જેના હજારો સ્ટોર હતા યુએસમાં, ઓલ્ડ બિઝનેસ મોડલ પર કામ કરતા હતા, they are finding it extremely difficult to operate in an environment જ્યાં interest rate હવે ડોલરના 5.5% થઈ ગયા છે. So we need to keep in mind that if you are dealing with a buyer, and that is the problem that we were discussing કે હું બાયરને ક્રેડિટ આપવું કઈ રીતે, because તમને તમારું કેપિટલ છે કે તમે બેંકમાંથી લોન લઈને તમે માલ મોકલાવો છો. ધ ડિફરન્સ બિટવીન ફેક્ટરિંગ એન્ડ લોન ઇઝ પ્રાઇમરીલી કે તમે જો લોન લઈને ધંધો કરો છો, હવે બાયર તમને પૈસા આપે કે ન આપે, તમારે તો બેંકને પૈસા આપવા પડશે. તમારા પૈસાની જવાબદારી બેંક તમારી ઉપર જ રાખશે જે બેંક તમને આપે છે. બટ ધ ડિફરન્સ બિટવીન ફેક્ટરિંગ, ધ બેઝિક કોન્સેપ્ટ ઇઝ કે અગર બાયરે પૈસા ન આપ્યા તો તમારે ફેક્ટરિંગ કંપનીને પાછા પૈસા નથી આપવાના, because they are purchasing the receivable from you, they are not giving you a loan. And that is the fundamental difference, and this is not a new concept. આજથી 200 વર્ષ પહેલા બી ફેક્ટરિંગ થતું હતું. It is essentially હુંડી ડિસ્કાઉન્ટિંગ જે આપણે કહીએ છીએ એ જ છે. લીગલી ઇટ ઇઝ ફેક્ટરિંગ, એન્ડ વિથ રિકોર્ડ્સ, વિધાઉટ રિકોર્ડ્સ એમાં 2 વર્ઝન હોય છે. સો વિધાઉટ રિકોર્ડ્સ ફેક્ટરિંગ ઇઝ એસેન્શિયલી ફેક્ટરિંગ જેમાં બાયર પૈસા ન આપે તો તમારે પૈસા પાછા નથી આપવાના, એ ફેક્ટરિંગ કંપનીની જવાબદારી છે. એન્ડ ધ લોજિકલ ક્વેશ્ચન ઇઝ that why will factoring company do that? So the way as a factoring company the way we work is we have at the back of factoring જે ફાઇનાન્સિંગ અમે તમને આપીએ છીએ, we take credit insurance, trade credit insurance. અને એક નહીં, આપણી જેવી ECGC એક ઇન્સ્યોરન્સ કંપની છે, એવી રીતે we work with 12 different global insurance companies, banks in buyers geography. અને અમે જે તમારી પાસેથી રિસીવેબલ લઈએ છીએ, અમે બેક ટુ બેક એક ઇન્સ્યોરન્સ કંપની કાં તો બાયરના જોગ્રાફીમાં બેંક કાં તો બીજી ફેક્ટરિંગ કંપની પાસેથી એનું ઇન્સ્યોરન્સ કવર લઈએ છીએ. સો બેલેન્સ શીટ ઇઝ આવર્સ, પૈસા અમે આપીએ છીએ, પણ બાયરે પૈસા ન આપ્યા તો અમે એ ઇન્સ્યોરન્સ કંપની પાસેથી વી ગેટ અ કવર, ક્રેડિટ ઇન્સ્યોરન્સ. નાઉ ECGCમાં obviously it is an option, it is compulsory if you are doing business. તમારી બેંક ECGC ઇન્સ્યોરન્સ સિવાય તમને લોન નહીં આપે. But the problem with ECGC is કે અત્યારે હવે બેન્કિંગ નોર્મ્સ આર સો સ્ટ્રિક્ટ કે 30 ડે પર તમે SMA 1 થઈ જશો, SMA 0 તો 0 ડે પર થઈ જશો, 1 ડે ડીલે પર થઈ જશો, પછી SMA 2 ને SMA 3, 90 ડેઝમાં તો બેંક તમને NPA કરી દેશે. એન્ડ ધેટ ડેટા વિધિન બેંક્સ ઇઝ available so easily and digitally that in case if you don't pay within 90 days of delay, you will be blacklisted and it will be very difficult for you as a NPA classified borrower to borrow again for years in the same company, the same promoter, same directors. And that's where factoring comes in very handy when you have to take risk, number one. Second, also fund your liquidity without taking that risk. અને ECGC insurance ની કોઈ ગેરંટી નથી કે તમને 90 ડેઝમાં મળી જશે. So if your buyer doesn't pay, ECGC નો ક્લેમ પ્રોસેસમાં 6 મહિના બી લાગી શકે છે, 9 મહિના બી લાગી શકે છે. You will have to pay and pay from your nose to the bank, and that is why factoring is something which is very handy. And simply put, so I have spent good amount of time in factoring. હું બેંકમાં બી હતો જ્યારે ઇન્ડસઇન્ડમાં, ત્યારે બી હું ફેક્ટરિંગ કરતો હતો. હું સિટી બેંકમાં હતો ત્યારે બી હું વોલમાર્ટના ઇન્ડિયા સપ્લાયર્સનું ફેક્ટરિંગ કરતો હતો. એન્ડ વોટ આઈ રિયલાઇઝડ ઇઝ that for this product to grow, it needs lot more awareness and penetration at the SME and MSME level rather than large company level. And with that intention, I started my own factoring company in Singapore. And I have dealt with different factoring partners, different insurance companies globally for some time. And then my factoring company got acquired by Moglix in 21, and we have only grown the business. Moglix today is one of the largest B2B industrial startups. Mr. Ratan Tata was one of the first investors, and today we are one of the largest factoring companies in India. We are working with close to 300 exporters in the country. We are an NBFC in India. We are also a factoring company in Gift City. So more and more, we are working towards and spreading awareness of this product. So simple concept factoring નો શું છે કે તમે એઝ અ એક્સપોર્ટર માલ મોકલાવી દીધો. માલ મોકલાવ્યા પછી બાયર ડોક્યુમેન્ટ પર કન્ફર્મેશન આપે છે. This can be email, this can be a simple DocuSign legal contract. There is no need to send hard copies. And once buyer confirms that okay, the documents are acceptable, જે PO હતો એની સામેનો જ માલ છે, જે quality certificate છે, that also is okay. As a factoring company તમને 80% કે 90% જે બી તમારો કોન્ટ્રાક્ટ હોય factoring company સાથે એ તમને non recourse આપી દેશે. This payment by factoring company is called as purchase of receivable. So legally શું થાય છે કે if you draw the balance sheet, તમે જ્યારે લોન લ્યો છો તો તમારું જ્યારે રિસીવેબલ ઊભું થાય છે એસેટ સાઇડ પર, you finance it by a loan or your own equity on the liability side. So as receivable keeps growing, તમારી balance sheet પણ bloat થવા માંડે છે because you will have to keep funding the receivable. When you do factoring, balance sheet level પર તમારું receivable cashમાં convert થઈ જાય છે. There is no impact on the liability side. So simply put, તમારી પાસે બે બાયર છે. એક બાયર તમને કહે છે કે તમે આજે માલ મોકલાવો અને હું તમને 90 દિવસ પછી પૈસા આપીશ. I'll pay you after 90 days and you have that receivable on your balance sheet. Now when a factoring company comes in, the factoring company says that I will pay you the day you give me the copy of your bill of lading. So you have a buyer now which is paying you on day 0 and not on day 90, and that's why the balance sheet does not bloat up even when your business is growing on credit. And that risk is taken by the factoring company. So for you, the factoring company becomes your debtor. Factoring company legally, જે payment obligation part છે તેની માટે factoring company becomes your buyer or debtor, and the factoring company for your customer becomes the creditor. તો જ્યારે તમારા કસ્ટમરની બેલેન્સ શીટ ડ્રો થશે, એના ટ્રેડ પેયેબલમાં તમારું નામ નથી, ફેક્ટરિંગ કંપનીનું નામ છે. અને તમારા અકાઉન્ટ રિસીવેબલમાં હવે તમારા કસ્ટમરનું નામ નથી પણ ફેક્ટરિંગ કંપનીનું નામ છે, બીકોઝ ફેક્ટરિંગ કંપની ઇઝ કમિંગ ઇન બિટવીન અને ડિસ્કાઉન્ટ કરી તમને પૈસા આપી દે છે. જે 10% કે 20% બચશે, that receivable on your balance sheet is from the factoring. That is the transaction as simply put, and why you don't have to pay the factoring company back if your buyer does not pay. And as a concept, this is okay. So just to revisit the same concept, what is the risk that is covered by factoring and what is the risk that is not covered by factoring? So તમારો અગર બાયર પૈસા નથી આપતો because he is not responding, not communicating, કાં તો એને bankruptcy file કરી નાખી, insolvent થઈ ગયો, all of that risk is with the factoring company. Second thing, તમારા જે નવા બાયર છે, now how you can use factoring company services is we actually offer this for free for all our clients. કે તમને કોઈ એક્ઝિબિશનમાં નવો બાયર મળી ગયો, નવા બાયરને તમારે ક્રેડિટ ઉપર ધંધો કરવો છે કે નથી કરવો, પીઓ લેવો છે કે નથી લેવો, you can just check with the factoring company કે આ બાયર ઉપર લિમિટ મળે છે કે નથી મળતી. And if the factoring company says કે લિમિટ નથી મળતી, એના બે કારણ હોઈ શકે છે. વન, એ જે બાયર છે એની કંઈક તો ફાઇનાન્શિયલ હિસ્ટ્રી ખરાબ છે, કોઈ બીજા સપ્લાયરને એને પૈસા નથી આપ્યા, એન્ડ ધેટ હિસ્ટ્રી નાઉ જે રીતે ઇન્ડિયામાં સિબિલ છે, ઇન્ડિયામાં ક્રિલ્સી છે, એવી રીતે ગ્લોબલી we are part of a consortium of factoring companies called as FCI. એમાં globally 400 factoring companies member છે. એ consortiumમાં defaulter buyer ના નામ circulate થાય છે. So we have that access and we can tell you કે આ buyer ને કંઈક issue છે, so we will not be able to give limit. That is scenario number 1. Scenario number 2, that buyer is either new or small કે કોઈ બી ઇન્સ્યોરન્સ કંપની પાસે એનો ફાઇનાન્શિયલ ડેટા જ નથી. દેટ ઓલ્સો ઇઝ નોટ અ ગુડ સાઇન, રાઈટ? કે એને કોઈ ઇન્સ્યોરન્સ કંપની પાસેથી ઇન્સ્યોરન્સ જ નથી મળ્યું, તો દેટ ઇઝ ઓલ્સો નોટ અ ગુડ સાઇન. એન્ડ યુ કેન કમ એન્ડ ચેક વિથ અસ કે તમારે $5 લાખ લિમિટ જોઈએ છે, $1 million લિમિટ જોઈએ છે. વી કેન કમ એન્ડ ટેલ યુ કે લિમિટ છે કે નથી. At the same time, factoring company and even we do not agree to fund the very first transaction. We want you to at least do one export with that buyer, even if it is a small export. $5,000 નું, $10,000 નું, so that your quality issues and all of that are resolved, because the risk that is not covered by factoring company is a quality or a quantity issue. And as a factoring company, India ma, in last 20 years, I have seen at least 10 factoring companies winding up. કારણ કે ઘણા ટ્રેડરોની જે ટેન્ડન્સી હોય છે ટુ મિસયુઝ ધ ફેક્ટરિંગ કંપની. ફેક્ટરિંગ કંપની પાસેથી બિલ ડિસ્કાઉન્ટ કરી લેશે. એન્ડ સી, વી ડુ નોટ ગો એન્ડ ઓપન ધ કન્ટેનર એન્ડ સી. ફિઝિકલી ઇટ ઇઝ નોટ પોસિબલ. વી રિલાય ઓન ધ સપ્લાયર કે તમે કહો છો કે તમે આ ક્વોલિટીનો, આ કોન્સન્ટ્રેશનનું કેમિકલ મોકલાવો છો, વી રિલાય ઓન યુ. હવે ત્યાં આગળ બાયરની પાસે જ્યારે માલ પહોંચે છે, બાયર ઓડિટ કરાવે છે અને બાયર કહે છે કે ધીસ ઇઝ સમથિંગ એલ્સ. એન્ડ ઇટ હેઝ હેપન્ડ કે તમે કીધું તમે આયરન ઓર મોકલાવો છો, પણ એકચ્યુઅલી પથ્થર મોકલાવી દીધા. એન્ડ that is the situation where factoring company will do something what we call as a repurchase event. કે હવે આ રિસીવેબલમાં જ ડિફોલ્ટ છે. ઇટ ઇઝ લાઈક કે તમે કોઈ મશીન લીધું, પણ મશીન વોરંટીમાં છે કે ખરાબ થઈ ગયું, તો તમે મેન્યુફેક્ચરર પાસે પાછા જઈ શકો છો કે આની ક્વોલિટીમાં પ્રોબ્લેમ છે, આઈધર યુ પે મી બેક ઓર યુ ફિક્સ ઇટ. And that's a risk which is not covered. So factoring company does not get into the commercial aspects. We are not a trader. હું તમારી પાસેથી માલ લઈને બીજાને નથી વેચતો. હું ખાલી એનું પેમેન્ટ ઓબ્લિગેશન અસાઇન કરાવું છું કે quality issue is between you and the buyer. Only the payment obligation I am taking full responsibility. And the way we solve it is, today it is very easy with technology. Even 5 years back, આની માટે Citibankમાં બી we used to send physical letters to the buyers to sign it. Now DocuSign per, we send a letter to the buyer where clearly buyer agrees that he agrees, he is seeing the quality and everything and he is okay. And then we go ahead and do it. જેવી રીતે એસી ડોક્યુમેન્ટ જતા હોય છે, it's exactly the same way but done digitally, so it saves time. Now, how does factoring impact your business? Now that we understand, I'll just take a pause here. કોઈને કાંઈ question છે on the concept of factoring? Now we'll just go to the application once we are all on the same page. Any questions from anyone? Yes.
जो आपने क्वालिटी और क्वांटिटी इशू का बोला कि आप उनसे साइन करवाते हो, तो सर बेसिकली उसमें प्री इंस्पेक्शन जो होता है, प्री शिपमेंट इंस्पेक्शन, उसके थ्रू आप लोग वो नलिफाई नहीं कर पाते हैं क्या सर?
नहीं, तो see, this is again something very good question, and this is exactly where a factoring fails or succeeds. See, that's why we say कि हम क्या कहते हैं कि पहला ट्रांजैक्शन बिटवीन एन बायर एंड सेलर में फैक्टरिंग कंपनी नहीं आई, बिकॉज आपने माल भेजा नहीं है, खाली सैंपल भेजा है, बाद में बायर को ट्रस्ट है नहीं है. एंड वी वर्क विथ एक्सपोर्टर्स जो महीने के 20-20, 30-30 कंटेनर सेम बायर को भेजते हैं. तो इसमें होता क्या है कि देयर इज अ प्रोसेस विच इज सेट कि बायर का आदमी यहाँ पर बैठा है, कोई बाइंग एजेंट बैठा है, वो क्वालिटी चेक कर रहा है, या फिर SGS जैसी कोई कंपनी से क्वालिटी सर्टिफिकेट है, या फिर एक्सपोर्टर का खुद का ही क्वालिटी सर्टिफिकेशन है जिसमें बायर को भरोसा है. एंड सी, होता क्या है कि आपके लिए फैक्टरिंग कंपनी से ज़्यादा कस्टमर इंपॉर्टेंट है, क्योंकि फैक्टरिंग कंपनी जो एक इनवॉइस खरीद रहा है, बायर तो आपको साल भर का PO देके बैठा होगा, राइट? तो अगर क्वालिटी इशू कुछ ऊपर नीचे भी हो गया, तो दैट्स वाई वी फंड 80% और 90%, वो 5-10% आप और बायर नेगोशिएट करके एडजस्ट कर देते हैं. और इन लॉट ऑफ केसेस वी हैव कम अक्रॉस जहाँ पे एक्सपोर्टर बायर को बोलता है कि यार ठीक है, मैंने तेरे को 20 पैलेट भेजे थे, एक पैलेट में कुछ प्रॉब्लम है, मैं अगले कंटेनर में एक पैलेट ज़्यादा भेज दूँ. So we rely on you कि how have you convinced your buyer कि आपका quality is as per his expectation, because that is something which is a very standard process, right? देखो buyer आपको पहली बार मिल रहा है, तब भी वो सैंपल लेके जा रहा है, या मोस्ट ऑफ द केसेस हमने देखा है कि बायर का कोई आदमी आके आपकी फैक्ट्री की विजिट भी करता है, ऑडिट भी करता है. लॉट ऑफ US buyers have a requirement of not only quality audit but also social audit, कि चाइल्ड लेबर नहीं है फैक्ट्री में, इन्वायरमेंटल पोल्यूशन नहीं है, वो सब भी देना पड़ता है. तो दैट इज अ प्रीटी स्टैंडर्ड प्रोसेस, एंड द रीजन व्हाई वी विल गिव यू अ लिमिट इज बिकॉज हमको पता है कि वो बायर के साथ 4 और सप्लायर काम कर रहे हैं और वो बायर जो है वो फ्रॉड्यूलेंट क्वालिटी इश्यूज नहीं रेस करता है, बिकॉज अगर वो भी होता है ना कहीं ना कहीं हमें वो रिकॉर्ड में मिल जाएगा कोई ना कोई इंश्योरेंस कंपनी के पास कि इसमें कुछ ट्रेड डिस्प्यूट है, लीगल रिकवरी कोई फैक्टरिंग कंपनी का चल रहा है या नहीं चल रहा है. सो हैविंग दैट फाइनेंशियल फुटप्रिंट ऑफ द बायर विद अ क्रेडिट इंश्योरेंस कंपनी और फैक्टरिंग कंपनी इज लाइक अ सिंबल ऑफ ट्रस्ट फॉर यू कि ठीक है फैक्टरिंग कंपनी वाला बोल रहा है कि ये लिमिट दे रहा है $1 million की, उसके बाद आप लिमिट लो नहीं लो, दैट इज your decision, but at least you know that there is some track record of the buyer where somebody is supplying to him and issues nahi. And it generally starts with a sample, smaller container, and then gradually it keeps on growing. Please.
सर आप बिल परचेस करते हैं राइट, तो 90 अप टू 90% है, जब पेमेंट क्लियर हो जाता है कोई बायर का, तो हाउ मच शुड वी कंसिडर योर चार्ज?
हाँ, so I come to that. यही स्लाइड पे आंसर है. टू टेल यू प्लस 1% मोटा मोटा है पर मंथ चार्जेस आज सोफर के हिसाब से. आई कम टू दैट, एग्जैक्ट क्वेश्चन का आंसर मिल जाएगा. यस प्लीज.
Are you support for both import and export?
We will start supporting for import. अभी तक हम लोग एक्सपोर्ट ही करते हैं. नाउ विथ regulations etc and our GIFT City entity we will start imports also. But I can tell you exports is lot more easier to factor. Imports is as good as unsecured loan in India, but we can do both.
हेलो सर, मेरा एक बायर है समझो यूके का, वो टर्मरिक इंपोर्ट करना चाहता है, पीओ के अगेंस्ट वो 30% देना चाहता है. 100 मेट्रिक टन का उसका टोटल कंसाइनमेंट है, तो वो 70% अभी समझो मेरे पास तो कैपिटल नहीं, तो वो आप कैसे वो कर सकते हैं कि क्योंकि मेरे जो सप्लायर है बराबर वो तो पहले पैसा मांगेगा और बाद में समझो मटेरियल डिस्पैच होगा तो टोटल 70% डिस्पैच.
मैं समझ गया, ऑर्डर फाइनेंसिंग मांग रहे हो.
यस यस.
ठीक, सो दैट इज आल्सो अ प्रोडक्ट, बट दैट इज नॉट फैक्टरिंग देन. वो आप लोन मांग रहे हो कि मेरे पास ऑर्डर है, वो ऑर्डर फुलफिल करने के लिए मुझे लोन दे दीजिए.
हाँ, yes.
So that is something, we have a product called as pre-shipment finance, but we do pre-shipment finance only after we have worked with you for 3 to 6 months on post-shipment finance. और वो आपकी बैलेंस शीट असेसमेंट होगी जैसे बैंक करता है, NBFC करता है, वैसे ही है. बट वी हैव दैट प्रोडक्ट एंड टू एंड कि हम जिसके साथ पोस्ट शिपमेंट करते हैं 3-6 महीने के बाद हम उसको ऑर्डर पे भी पैसा देना शुरू कर सकते हैं. सो जस्ट कमिंग टू द एप्लीकेशन ऑफ फैक्टरी, सी होता क्या है कि say assuming you are a business with 10 crore of turnover, वो 10 करोड़ टर्नओवर करने के लिए आपने 2-2.5 करोड़ की मशीनरी लोन ली होगी, खुद का कैपिटल लगाया होगा, और टिपिकली अगर आप एक 10 करोड़ का बिजनेस हो तो आपका वर्किंग कैपिटल साइकिल 90 डेज का होगा. तो 10 करोड़ के टर्नओवर पे ब्रॉडली आपको एडिशनल 2 से 2.5 करोड़ का वर्किंग कैपिटल चाहिए. 5 करोड़ इज योर फंडिंग रिक्वायरमेंट. एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द केसेस दैट वी कम अक्रॉस कि ये 5 करोड़ का आपने कहीं ना कहीं से अरेंजमेंट कर लिया है, ओन कैपिटल, फ्रेंड्स, फैमिली, एक्सटर्नल इन्वेस्टर, बैंक को सिक्योरिटी, मॉर्गेज देके 5 करोड़ कर दिया है. नाउ आपके पास एक बायर आता है, बहुत ही अच्छा बायर आता है, जो आपको बोलता है कि मैं आपको 5 करोड़ का पीओ देना चाहता हूँ फॉर द नेक्स्ट ईयर. नाउ द चैलेंज दैट हैपेंस इज कि वो पीओ को फंड करने के लिए यू विल नीड 1/4 which is broadly 1.5 से 2.25 करोड़ का आपको वर्किंग कैपिटल रिक्वायरमेंट बढ़ेगा, बिकॉज वो बायर बोलेगा कि मैं 60 डे या 90 डे के बाद ही पैसा दूंगा क्योंकि अच्छा बायर है वो. नाउ द चैलेंज इज व्हेन यू गो टू योर बैंक, बैंक बोलेगा कि मुझे आप MPBF आपका बैठेगा नहीं, टर्नओवर का ऑडिटेड फाइनेंशियल दे दो, 6 महीना लगेगा. एंड आई हैव डन दैट इन बैंक फॉर इयर्स, राइट. हम पैसा तब देते हैं जब आपको पैसे की जरूरत कम है. वी डोंट कम इन टू फंड योर फ्यूचर प्रोजेक्शंस इमीडिएटली. आपको कुछ सिक्योरिटी या कुछ देना पड़ेगा. एंड दैट्स हाउ बैंक्स आर डिजाइन. RBI ने इतना स्ट्रिक्ट रेगुलेशंस है. आई डोंट ब्लेम द बैंक्स, राइट. बैंक्स के साथ भी NPA इश्यूज बहुत होते हैं. सो दे डोंट कम इन हैंडी टू फंड योर फ्यूचर पीओ. कि चलो आपके सप्लायर ने आपको 30 दिन की क्रेडिट दे दी है, बट बायर बोल रहा है कि मैं 90 डेज के बाद दूंगा, तो आप कैसे इसको फंड करोगे? एंड दैट इज द रीजन व्हाई मोस्ट ऑफ द बिजनेसेस दैट वी हैव सीन हु रिलाई ऑन either own capital or bank capital grow at a steady state rate of 15 to 20%. Now, and that is because of you are constrained by working capital. कि buyer तो बैठा है, buyer तो PO दे रहा है, but आपके पास working capital नहीं है वो फंड करने के लिए. 60 दिन 90 दिन का रिसीवेबल आपका सप्लायर नहीं रुकेगा. That's why factoring comes in, and we have hundreds of SMEs that we have worked with जो हमारे साथ जुड़े 2018 में 2019 में उनका टर्नओवर था 16 करोड़ 18 करोड़ 20 करोड़ टुडे दे आर एट 80 करोड़ 100 करोड़ उनका बैंक लिमिट भी डबल हो गया है और उनका फैक्टरिंग लिमिट जो हमने स्टार्ट किया था वो 3 गुना हो गया बिकॉज नाउ दे आर एबल टू टेक मोर एंड मोर ऑर्डर्स दे डोंट हैव टू वरी और बायर भी क्या है सी व्हाई विल अ बायर गिव यू एन ऑर्डर विज वी योर कॉम्पिटिशन क्योंकि आपका कंपटीशन बोल रहा है कि मुझे एडवांस दे दो एलसी दे दो and if you are tied up with a factoring company you can actually go to a good buyer and tell him that I am okay to give you a 60-90 day credit period whatever the cost of factoring is embedded in your cost of supply to the buyer and that enables very rapid growth and as a country this is exactly what is required and this is not something which is applicable to one business it is applicable to a country and there are umpteen number of examples how countries have used it at scale. So you will be amazed to know that China in the year 2000 had near zero factory. By the year 2008, China started doing factoring over $300 billion a year. So we keep on hearing the stories कि चाइना में मैन्युफैक्चरिंग बहुत बड़ा है, चाइना में इंफ्रा लॉजिस्टिक्स पोर्ट्स बहुत बड़ा है. The story that we don't hear is कि चाइना में फैक्टरिंग भी बहुत बड़ा है. So there is a Chinese insurance company called as Sinosure, जैसे अपना ECGC है. If you have a Sinosure insurance, you can practically walk into any bank and the bank will provide you factoring against Sinosure insurance without collateral. And that has given that push to the whole Chinese economy कि exports तेजी से भागे. Because see financing is like a catalyst. वो turbo fuel है आपकी गाड़ी में. आप financing नहीं डालोगे तो धंधा fast नहीं भागेगा. Whatever because it is very difficult otherwise to create a product जिसके लिए supplier मतलब it is only Unilevers and Reliances of the world जिसमें supplier 90 day का credit देता है और buyer advance देता है. Usually it is the reverse that we have to start with when we are small and that's exactly where factoring comes in very handy. So now to answer your question, these are the features of our factoring product broadly, that we cover the risk of buyer non-payment. We don't need collateral, we move pretty fast. You can now go and approach new buyers, more buyers to sell on credit terms. We fund up to 90% on copy BL. Process is fully digital, you don't need to send any paper copies to us. We are present today physically in 40 cities in India with our offices. And cost is broadly 0.9 to 1.1% a month linked to USD SOFR rate, the first chart that I had shared. As SOFR comes down, this cost will keep coming down. So 2 years, so now this comes to broadly 11 to 12% per annum. Unsecured, which is much better than unsecured borrowing when you do it in India in NBFCs or informal sources, etc. And this cost used to be 8%, 9% 2 years back, जब SOFR नहीं बढ़े. And this is the chart which I was talking about. Paresh bhai, global experience in factory. Globally, $4 trillion no factoring થાય છે. India does less than $15 billion. There is not even one large factoring company in India. As a country, opportunity is very high. And unless we solve for this, we will not solve for exports growth. ગાડીના બે પૈડા છે, right? એક ચાલશે તો બીજું ચાલશે. So you look at China, you look at Europe, you look at America. Every developed country has grown on the back of factory. Because otherwise SMEs do not have enough assets or collateral. See, what banks are typically comfortable doing is asset-backed financing. કે તમારી પાસે asset છે એટલાના હું પૈસા આપું છું. ચાલો, very good, તમારા business assets છે. હવે તમે ઘર બી આપી દો, તમારી guarantee બી આપી દો. And that exactly constrains the growth potential of a lot of small manufacturers who don't have large family backing. So if you look at example of any country historically that has gone from a middle income developing country to a high income developed country, has historically been only on the back of manufacturing and manufacturing exports going to US. Because World War II પછી US has consistently been the most powerful economy, and dollar is actually the power that they have. It is nothing else, right? If I can print a currency which I don't have to pay back, I am the most powerful person in the world, right? And that's exactly what US has enabled for whatever they do. It was Japan after World War II that started exporting to US. Within a matter of 2 decades, they actually rebuilt the whole country, and they are one of the high income developed countries since 1970s. After that, it was South Korea. Exactly, Hyundai, Siemens, LG, Samsung, these were the companies. Sorry, Siemens was Germany, Samsung was Korea. These were the companies and powerhouses which started exporting to US, and they rapidly moved up the curve. If you see 1960s, our per capita income numbers were better than South Korea. And the way they developed their exports and manufacturing exports to US. And then 1980s, 1990s, pachi it was China. And now stars have aligned, with our efforts, good fortune, that everybody is looking at India to take that position and become a close partner to US for exports. China plus one strategy kahi do, geopolitical issues kahi do, whatever. And it is the next 10 years that we all have to really push ourselves that we manufacture and export. So just little bit about Moglix. So I'm done on the factoring piece. I'm now on just who we are as a company. So Moglix was started in 2015 by Rahul Garg, CEO founder. He used to be part of Google in Southeast Asia. Mr. Ratan Tata ji was one of the first investors in Moglix, and what we do as Moglix is we are like Amazon or Flipkart to a factory. એટલે તમારી ફેક્ટરીમાં કાંઈ બી લેવું હોય, you can go and order on moglix.com. Labor safety kits, molds, spares, lubricants, packaging material, computer peripherals, anything and everything. So we are a supply chain for industrial goods. We have our own manufacturing plants for these categories. We have 40 warehouses of our own, and we've raised significant amount of capital. And while we were building Moglix, the realization that our investors and management had was that B2B business cannot scale without its own financing business, and that's where Credlix inception happened. And as Credlix, we are a factoring company and an NBFC which has a sole objective of supporting exports. So just coming back to the same concept, that how does the process of factoring works. As a factory, step number 1, day 0 પર તમે જેવી રીતે માલ મોકલાવો છો તેવી રીતે you just send it to your buyers. There is no change in that. We don't come in between. Second step is we take a digital confirmation from the buyer. Once that confirmation is in place, we will pay 90% as factoring company to you, and on due date when the buyer pays 100%, we will pay you back minus our charges, 10% માંથી જે બી charges છે. And today, we are a day financing hundreds of containers. It is that seamless a process. And to answer your question, this is the pre-shipment product that we have, that once we have experience of working with an exporter and a buyer, if you get an order, we can fund 40% of that order to you as advance, then you ship out and we will then give you remaining 50%. So that is 90%. So that's our pan-India footprint as Moglix and Credlix, and these are our contact details. Any follow-up questions? We have a team member who's posted in Surat, Burhan Akash. Akhilesh, if you can just come on stage. So Burhan, Surat માં જ બેસે છે. His contact details were there. We are here till 4 p.m. Happy to interact. Akash is our Gujarat head, and Akhilesh is also based in Ahmedabad. Akash Akhilesh. અને હું બોમ્બેમાં બેસું છું, but I am originally from Rajkot, and I have a lot of family across Gujarat, and I'm very happy to visit whenever. Happy to meet and solve any queries and work with you. Thank you.
Any
any question? Let us after the completion of this entire project and presentation, if anyone is having any kind of questions, we'll take that round of question. We also, I request Sanjay bhai, please join us. And we also have a very close friend of ours, Mr. Anand Mehta ji and Bharat Mehta ji. They are Indian origin, based out in Japan, and today they are also our valued guest. I request Sanjay Punjabi ji to explain few of the things which on the subject which we take it today, at the same time about the delegations.
I think we continue our dialogues, but at the meantime, we would like to hear from Anand Bhai Mehta and Bharat Mehta, father and son, and they are settled in Japan. And a few days back that we had a meeting with Oats and Avi. So they are the organization based out of Japan. That is very difficult to deal with Japan because they are very choosy about that if we have to do a bilateral trade with Japan. But once if you have cracked the code with the Japan probably, then you don't have to look back to any other country. And your whole life you can do a trading or you can do a bilateral trade with Japan. But there are the nitty-gritties related to the Japan, and also that we need to hear about that in short, in brief about that his story, and also that some of the snippets that what we can do with Japan. And we are very focused also in a way that Paresh Bhai is doing an excellent work. And that Avi, that we had invited one gentleman from Avi, that is the president, Mr. Praveen Purav, and he is going to. We are going to learn from them, and we are going to present to you about that what precautions we have to do and what are the processes to do with the things with Japan. So without not taking much of your time, I request Anand Bhai to give us some snippets and also that give us some brief about what he does. And I have briefed him about Mission 84, so he's also touch upon that tangentially maybe that how that we can take this forward.
Thank you. Not ready, very ready, but first of all is the language. First and last, language. તમને ભાષા આવડતી હોય તો લોકો સાથે ધંધો કરીએ. આપણે ગુજરાતીમાં હું વાત કરું તો તમને સમજાય છે એટલે યુ આર નોટિંગ યોર હેડ. એક ભાઈની પાસે સમજો હીરા પણ હોય, પણ એ જાપાનીઝના દરવાજે ખટકાય ને કે આ લે, પણ એને જો સમજાવી ન શકે તો એ નથી લેવાનું. આજે આપણે ગાડીઓ ખરીદીએ કે એર કન્ડિશનર ખરીદીએ made in Japan, because the Japanese can explain to us in our language what is it. એટલે જાપાનીઝ શીખવા માટે તો ખૂબ પ્રયત્ન કરવો જ જોઈએ. આપણે બાયરે ન કહીએ કે તમે ગુજરાતી શીખવાડો, એ ભારતનું કામ છે. એ કહે છે કે ગુજરાતી શીખવાડીને કામ કરે. અહીંયા આગળ એક ભાઈ છે આજે દિલ્હીમાં બેઠો છે કે જાયકાની જેટ્રોએ એમને મોકલાવ્યા છે. એ ભાઈ આવી રીતે જાપાનીઝ એક્સપોર્ટર્સને સમજાવે છે કે ઇન્ડિયન મેન્ટાલિટીને કઈ રીતે સમજવી ફિલોસોફિકલી. તો જે કોઈ આવે ને કહે કે ભાઈ મને આ ઇન્ડિયન બાયર સાથે ધંધો કરવો છે, શું કરવું જોઈએ, તો એને પહેલાં ભગવદ્ ગીતાની ચોપડી જ પકડાવી દે કે આ વાંચ, દેન યુ વિલ અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડ કે વોટ ઇઝ ધ ઇન્ડિયન મેન્ટાલિટી. એ જ રીતે એ લોકોના ભેજાની અંદર જવું જોઈએ ને એને માટે ભાષા તો બહુ જરૂરી ચીજ છે. પછી ટ્રસ્ટ વેરી ડિફિકલ્ટ. અત્યારે મને ધંધો શરૂ કરતા 45 વર્ષ થાય છે,
પણ ટ્રસ્ટ ઇઝ અ વેરી ડિફિકલ્ટ પોર્શન. આજે પ્રોડક્ટ આજે આપણે કહીએ કે ભાઈ આ માલ મોકલાવાનો છે પણ જે નથી ગયો, ધ સેમ ક્વોલિટી ઇઝ નોટ ધેર, દેન દેર ઇઝ અ લાયબિલિટી. એટલે એ લોકોને એટલે ઇન શોર્ટ આગળથી પછી આપણે કેસ કરશું ને એના એ નથી જ જોતું. આજે હું ધંધામાં કરું પણ મારી પાસે કોઈ કેસ નથી ને મારે કોઈ એની પાસે કેસ કર્યો નથી કે તારા મારા પૈસા આપતું. ઇન શોર્ટ ઇટ ઇઝ ઓલ સીમલેસ. આ 3 વર્ષ પહેલાંથી માય ચાર્ટર્ડ એકાઉન્ટન્ટ સેઝ યુ આર 70, જસ્ટ રિલેક્સ નાઉ. And Bharat is doing a better job than me. He will try to explain in Gujarati, which he wants to, maybe. He's learning. જયપુરમાં એક ભાઈ બેઠા છે 23 વર્ષનો, એને ઓનલાઈન શીખવાડે છે ગુજરાતી. ઓકે, હું બાજુમાં પણ મારી સાથે વાત કરવી બહુ મુશ્કેલ પડે ઘણી વાર ને. I go on a tangent somewhere. So let's have Bharat tell you what he feels about doing business in Japan. Huh? Please bear.
Hello, my name is Bharat, my son, and I'm learning Gujarati for one month, and still I can't speak, so next time maybe I can say Gujarati. Thank you. And what we are doing, and what he has been doing, is last 50 years we've been selling spices in Japan. Indian spices. So what? For last 3 days, I was listening to the people, and they're saying we are selling Indian things to overseas. We have to export more. That they was discussed. And what we've been doing for last 50 years, what he started, we are selling spices that is just not only the turmeric, but we assemble the spices in a different form that Japanese want in Japan. So one turmeric, it might cost like 10 rupees, in which one maybe 10 grams or something, but it comes like 10 to 100 times. That we've been doing that last 50 years. So now we are doing on internet. We are with the help of Amazon too, but not so much. We have grown our own internet that we've been selling spices in Japan, introducing how to use it and background and history of spices. That is, we are selling maybe the spices that is turmeric for 50 grams for 1,200 yen, which is maybe 600 rupees. That is that's like making it more better price than it's selling here. So I looked up to the internet where I can buy the best spices. So I typed what, like best spice shop in the world, and the list came. First one was in New York, second one was in San Francisco, and third one was in Paris. But they don't have spices. They don't grow spices. But still they are the best. They claim they are the best. And the people in the world claim that they are the best. I thought that the best maybe coriander and cumins, that you have it in Gujarat. But we've been doing for last 50 years to grow the, how to say that, like what we've been doing, maybe we can do it in India. So we can bring the people to come here to buy or introduce a better, best quality of spices here in Surat. Maybe. That's what I was thinking for last 3 days. To sell or export for more higher price of a good quality spices, that when they, for like maybe in future 5 years ahead, when we type where is the best, where I can find the best spice shop in the world. Maybe first list would be in Surat, but we can change. And with the collaboration with Japanese, the know-how, and Indian spices, if we can make that happen. That was I was thinking for last few days when I came. Thank you.
See, thank you, Bharat Bhai. If you need to ask anything to even Bharat Bhai or Anand Bhai, you can please raise, or else we are taking this forum forward. Is anybody is having a question for pertaining to Japan or the things about the spices he is asked or he told rather. So if anyone is having a query, please.
Sir, please, can you share the what is the rate in US dollar per kg of the turmeric powder when you are selling in the Japan, sir?
What if I buy in Japan?
What is the selling? What are the rates you are paying to your importer from our India? And what is the rate is running in the Japan, sir?
The rate running in Japan, I can say like maybe kilo 300, 150 rupees around to above. But we don't sell in kilos. We don't like to sell turmeric as a turmeric. So we blend it as the Japanese want it. That's what we are doing.
Yes, sir.
So
Sir,
we don't import so much quantity. So we can, how do you say?
so
બહુ ડિફિકલ્ટ કોન્સેપ્ટ છે. હીરાના વેપારી ઘણા હશે, એને પોલિશ કરો છો એટલે વેલ્યુ વધે છે.
હા સર.
હવે ભારતભાઈનું શું કામ છે? ભારત
હા
એનું કામ છે કે જાપાની લોકોને જે જોતું હોય એ શીખવાડે, કે એ રીતે અરેન્જ કરે તાકી એનો ભાવ સમજો ને 1000 ગણો વધી જાય. કલ્પના બહાર છે ને.
value addition.
There is no definition of the value. આજે તમને બટેટાનું શાક બનાવવું છે, તમને તો આવડે છે, તમને નથી આવડતું પણ તમારા ધ બેટર હાફ. એટલે એ જ મને આજે સવારના કહેતો હતો કે આપણે બધા પુરુષો ભેગા થઈ જઈએ છીએ ને વાત કરીએ, પણ જેને નો હાવ છે એ બહાર નથી નીકળતા ને. એટલે ઇટ ઇઝ અ સોફ્ટવેર કોન્સેપ્ટ. આપણે ભાંડા તો વેચી શકાય, પણ એની અંદર જે શું નાખવું, એ કઈ રીતે એને પેલેટેબલ બનાવવું, એ કરવા માટેનો ઇઝ અ નોલેજ બેઝ થિંગ. ને આમાં સ્કોપ ઘણો છે. ઓકે, એટલે ધ સ્કાય ઇઝ ધ લિમિટ. હવે અમે વાત કરીએ એટલે તમે કોપી કરીને અમારી માર્કેટ તોડી નાખશો એવું કાંઈ નથી. એટલે આમાં મજા આવી છે. એટલે હીરાના વેપારીઓને તો ખબર પડવી જોઈએ કે પોલિશ કરવાથી કેટલું આ ભાવ વધે છે. બરોબર? આ આન્સર નહીં થાય કે નહીં?
Yes, sir. I got your point, sir. Thank you, sir. If I can add, we work with a lot of buyers in US, and one comment that we always keep hearing from buyers is the number of design options for a given product that they get in India versus they get in China is a sea change, right? So, simple thing like, we were actually interacting with buyer of Walmart, and he's like, I had a requirement of a specific ladder, and I happened to check with my supplier in China that I need a ladder which is light in weight, which is of so and so height, so and so width. Can you give me your quote? He did that mail to the Chinese factory in evening. In the morning, when he got up, China no day ago because of the time zone, he had 4 different quotations from the same factory. कि તમે આ વુડમાં બનાવશો
તો આટલા પૈસા આવશે, એલ્યુમિનિયમ બનાવશો આટલા આવશે, પ્લાસ્ટિકનો ફેબ્રિકેશન બનાવશો તો આટલા પૈસા આવશે, અને સમ અધર કોમ્બિનેશન ઓફ ઓપ્શન કે રિસાયકલ મટીરિયલમાં હું તમને આપી દઈશ, ઇકો ફ્રેન્ડલી બી આપી દઈશ, એન્ડ દેટ વોઝ ધ એફિશિયન્સી ઓફ ધ ચાઇનીઝ ફેક્ટરી. ધ સેમ થિંગ હી ઇઝ લાઈક, આઈ હેડ સેન્ટ ઇટ ટુ માય ઇન્ડિયન એજન્ટ 3 months બેક, હજી સુધી એનો જવાબ નથી આવ્યો, ખાલી ક્વેશ્ચન જ આવ્યા છે કે તમે કહો તમારે શું મટીરિયલ જોઈએ છે, તમે કહો તમારે શું સ્પેસિફિકેશન જોઈએ છે. સો ધ feedback from the buyers is that as Indian factories, we don't give solutions to the buyers, we ask for solutions કે તું મને કહી દે શું જોઈએ છે, હું તને લઈને આપી દઈશ. But we are not getting under the skin of the buyer and the mentality of the buyer to understand their psyche, their culture, their design preferences, and give them options. That why don't you try these 4 things, 5 things, 10 things, and then we can work together, and that is the value addition part. Because today the world of information arbitrage for business is over. It is easily available over the internet કે 1 કિલો ટર્મરિક તમને ત્યાં કેટલામાં મળી જશે amazon.com. And if you are trying to make a business કે હું અહીંયાથી ટર્મરિક 4 રૂપિયા સસ્તામાં લઈને ત્યાં આપી દઈશ, that will not sustain beyond couple of months or more months, because that information arbitrage will go away unless you do that value addition which nobody can easily copy. And then that's exactly we are experiencing more and more as we get into the supply chain. And I had attended, in fact, in Chennai last week there was a fair, CLE no fair હતો, Council of Leather Exports, and they had a very unique concept where CLE for the last 8 years is sponsoring Italian designers to come and exhibit their designs in India, and the factories are hiring those designers, Turkey na designer, Italy na designer, Paris na designers, for making footwear and handbags. And the CLE president, he also happens to be a Credlix customer for factory. He was telling us, Pramit, when 20 years back we used to go to Milan for leather fairs, those designers were not allowing us to come inside the fairs કે Indian any design of ફોટા લઈને એ જ વસ્તુ સસ્તામાં વેચતા હતા without giving a royalty or a trademark to the designer. And as a country we are evolving now that let us not take shortcuts and copy something which is a very short term arbitrage. We are actually going much deeper and learning about design, learning about customizations, and giving those options to the buyers, because that is what buyers are looking for. That they don't have all answers. We have to give them answers and create value and margin in that. And that is something, is a journey as a country we are now undertaking. If you see everywhere, right? Our cars, જે આપણે 20 વર્ષ પહેલા ગાડીઓ ચલાવતા હતા ને હવે ગાડીઓ ચલાવીએ છીએ, the designs, the quality, in each and every aspect of what we are using is changing.
So એમનું કહેવાનું એવું છે, જો બંનેનાનું મિક્સ કરીએ, એક્સક્યુઝ મી જનરલમેન, તમારા માટે કે તમને નેક્સ્ટ ટાઈમ ભાવ પૂછો તો ગૂગલ પરથી મળી જશે, પણ હવે તમે એને ઓપ્શન્સ એવું આપવાનું કે મેઘાલયમાં ઓર્ગેનિક ખેતીથી તૈયાર કરેલું ઓથેન્ટિક ટર્મરિક જે વર્લ્ડની અંદર ફેમસ છે તે તમારે જોઈતું હોય તો પણ હું તમને આટલા રૂપિયામાં આપી શકું, અને મહારાષ્ટ્રમાં પેદા થયેલું આ ટર્મરિક આ મંડળી દ્વારા તૈયાર થયેલું છે એ હું તમને આટલા ડોલરમાં આપી શકું. સો ગીવ ધેમ અ ચોઇસ, ગીવ ધેમ અ બ્રિંગ સમ વેલ્યુ એડિશન. કરેક્ટ આનંદભાઈ, વોટ યુ આર રિફરિંગ? So any other questions? We are also blessed today with one of the past president, Kamlesh Bhai Yagnik, with us, and we would like to hear from him about that Mission 84, and also about that he can talk about that what he felt about that Anand Bhai કેવી રીતે Mission 84 સાથે align થઈ શકે about yeah, you already we asked, we need to hear from you.
book છે, Schumacher કરીને is a writer, and the name of the book is Small is Beautiful. This is E.F. Schumacher. He has written a finest book, as લગભગ 30 વર્ષ પહેલા એને મૂકેલી. And in today's era, we may find it little irrelevant because today we are talking about scales, we are talking about phenomenal growth in a very, very short period of time. Now, Schumacher, it says, okay, small is always beautiful. And that way you can progress. Everyone wants to export, everyone wants to become rich, everyone wants a newer market, everyone wants newer services, newer products, everything. And the best thing is, opportunities are available. And we are all exploring it. There is nothing wrong in exploring it. The end is absolutely known to us. That is where we have to reach. But it is a means to reach to that particular end that's very, very important. Anand Bhai is a person, I have known him for a long number of years. He was in United Nations and he said that fine, there was a story and he is in Japan and he always creates a win-win situation. And what we really need to learn in today's time, create a win-win situations, from our buyer and to our supplier. Because, he knew it and he has changed over a period and steadily, he's growing. And business means, it is not only a responsibility of earning profit. At the same time, today's, if you see that, we have to be responsible in maintaining the earth. That sustainable growth not only in terms of profit, in terms of not only economics, the ecology also needs to be considered. And that's where, all of us, we miss this one. Any possibility, what I learned is, you grow, but not at the cost of ecology. So there are things, what path we have to take it, that's very, very important. All of us are young, exploring possibility, exploring opportunities. The Enamateno way is, not only end is important, how you reach to that end is equally important. That is my little submission I have to say. Thank you.
That we have a tradition of Atithi Devo Bhava, what you said is correct, that we have to maintain our rituals also. So we have with us two guests and I request Kamlesh Bhai Yagnik to come forward and greet them with a floral felicitation to Anand Bhai. I also request Group Chairman Sanjay Gajiwala to come forward and greet Bharat Mehta. I request.
Now India has become Bharat. He's born August 15th, so anybody wants to wish him.
So we are thankful to Pramit who has all the way come. I mean, we met just before a week and we come to know about Moglix and Predilix. Thanks to Subhadra Rao also, thanks to Pramit also, his company, also to Mulchandani and Mr. Kapasi over here, that they accepted our invitation and shared their thoughts about the factory. I think it's a beginning of a new relation for Mission 84 and SGCC about the factoring, and we'll assure you that a lot of MSME people are there to look for that factory. And we continue, and probably that he is going to declare some good news about Mission 84, that he is going to be partnered with Mission 84, right, Pramit? Yeah, certainly. And we are also thankful to Anand Bhai and Bharat, correct. So that Bharat, correct. So we are thankful to all of you that Surat is evolving, Mera Surat Badal Raha Hai, and there is a curiosity index which is growing, and we keep feeding your curiosity index, certainly. And I just wanted to say that last word is from your side. If you feel that gratitude that you have not wasted your time and Pramit has delivered what it is to be there, then upload that. I wanted to hear that that index, that how much that you would like to say that by the uploading as a gratitude. Let's. So almost we can say 8 out of 10. Thank you, Pramay. And with this, that we end the session over here. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.